This is the Quiver, a Green Fast podcast, and today we'll be talking about a lot of things Lasalle.
Salle, first of all, talking about why we're doing this, what's happened in the past few months, what's going in our basketball program, have a quick football preview for upcoming UAAP season, and so much more. This is the Quiver Podcast.
Hail gonna hail to the alma mater, hail to De La Salle. We'll hold your banner high and bright, shield of green and
Quiver
white.
podcast, and we're happy to be back. And I'm Gio. Obviously, I've been doing this for a while since we started Green Fans a few years ago, and with me is Kiko, who's also
Hi everyone.
Yeah. And
Hi.
of course,
Yes, it's good to be back.
And of course, I'll let Kiko introduce our very special person who's always been here, as another staple in our podcasts.
Of course, yeah. I'm sure it's someone. Those of you, all seven of you have been following the show these past few years. This guy, for one reason or another, we cannot reveal his true identity. That's why he's been going under a false name. A few seasons back, that's 2007. He was notoriously caught on TV throwing. Well, not caught, but someone caught the act. Well, he was caught throwing a coin on the floor during one of the games during the regular season. They didn't find him, fortunately, so he's still not banned from MOA, from Araneta, and he's here with us today. So of course, introducing everyone's favorite person, favorite character, everyone who loves him right here, Brocha. Say hi, Brocha.
Woohoo! Wala palakpakan dyan. I'm so back. It's been how many years since we last did this? And actually, 2023 na. So I think we've been doing this for 9-10 years na. Panahon pa ni Jono nun eh. Meron pang not Coach Jono nung araw eh. So, grabe. I'm excited to be back here. So, hi Gio, hi Kiko. Who else are here?
Okay.
Mamaya.
Yes. Yeah. Mamaya. So you'll meet the whole team later. Yeah, that's a good perfect transition. Why we're doing this, why we're back. So it's been a rough few years for everyone. The past year, the world has gone through traumatic events, right? The champion UP, the champion Ateneo, diba? Then the Final Four, and there's this little thing called the pandemic, right? That happened to everyone. So that was. So it felt like a good time to bring it back, get the band back together with new team members helping out. All right, Gio?
Yeah, and another thing is, like, you guys might be wondering why we're trying to do this on podcast. For our loyal 7 listeners back in 2013, we started off as a podcast, and in fact, we broke some important news, and we shifted into video eventually. But we noticed that Brocha has been approached by some people, and for his safety, we're going back to just keeping things quiet now. Yeah, like keeping things off camera.
Hindi rin kami kagapuhan. Hindi rin kami for human consumption.
But I hope you guys will get the chance to listen to us, like during your commutes to work and back home or something like that, because traffic in Manila is also back.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, kung 1 hour to, kung kamatay ng 1 hour, good luck po. See a doctor.
Hindi kasi pagtalo, di ba? Constipated.
Alright, so I guess to get...
Ayan.
Okay.
Yes, all right. So to get things started, it'll be good to see what's happening in the world of Lasalle sports. Okay, so for a quick rundown of what's happening, we want to invite over now, I think, field reporter, the better half of the Twins, Lorenzo, to give us an update on Lasalle sports. Welcome, Lorenzo.
Hello, everyone. First time doing this in God knows when, since God knows when. Yeah, basically.
I don't know with God.
Sports-wise, I think our junior teams with Green Hills and Zobel postseason places. So the Greenies and the Junior Archers, they're still in the thick of the basketball tournaments, while the football team from Zobel, they just need to draw next week against Ateneo at the very least to make it to the finals, where they'll face 10-time defending champions FE Diliman. But the biggest headline for now has to be related to our former player, Justin Baltazar, who for some reasons did not pursue his pro career in Korea. And now the league there, the Korean Basketball League or KBL, has banned him for 2 seasons. So hopefully things will pan out for our former King Archer, whether here in the PBA or abroad, wherever that may be.
Okay. I
Whichever
guess
comes first.
first question there, Lorenzo, is ano yung Zobel?
It's
Huwag ko
that
sagutin. Sige. No, just a little Green Hills humor there. Yeah. Interesting news about Baltazar, like with all the players going abroad and everything. Like why would he turn down opportunity like that, right?
uh good question. Some reports say that he wasn't granted a visa to go to Korea, but then this hardline action from the KBL, that's pretty serious. So maybe there's something deeper. I don't know. Let's see. But at least for now, the KBL option is out. So
Kung sakali ba yung sa Korea kasama yung family niya? Kasi alam ko sa Japan kasama. Baka kung hindi
uh,
kasama, baka consideration niya.
I'm not sure, but I think with other players naman na nag-KBL, kasama family.
Pati duty free kasama.
Yes. So, abangan natin yung susunod na kabanata dyan sa K-drama na yan. So, alright. Thanks, Lorenzo, for the update. Catch you again next time.
Now let's move on to our basketball season last year, and we'd like to invite two of our friends, Willie and Vic, to help us talk about it. And the last season was a little bit, I think it was a roller coaster. I have never been.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Not a little bit. Not a little bit.
Yeah.
We had
Space Shuttle times
2
5
seasons
yan.
in 1 year. Huh? So that was 2 roller coaster rides.
Yeah. I've never lost and gained hope so fast over and over again.
In the span of 1 year.
No, in the span of 4 weeks, I think. So anyway.
Oh, the span of 2 minutes eh. Nung the fourth quarter, masa pa ako. Last 2 minutes, hindi na.
In the span of last 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay, yeah. So to talk more about that, let's welcome on board the boys. Si Willie and si Coach Vic Hapin. Welcome, boys. Good to have everyone back.
Hello. Yes, we're back.
Hello.
Yahoo!
Yes. Oh.
Long time no
Yahoo.
speak.
Yahoo.
The gang is back.
Yes. Ano nga lang, virtual nga lang kasi meron tayong OFW eh.
Masyadong mahangin sa atin eh. To get out of
Oo.
here. Masyadong mahangin. may winter dito,
Okay.
pero mas malamig pa dyan. Sabihin ko.
Ay, oo.
Oo.
Bumabagyo pa.
Mas matindi dito, mas mabagsik sa winter, pre.
Oo. Okay,
Wala ka na
yeah,
mapili
to get
ngayon
things started,
eh. Wala ka na mapili.
Global
Parehas
cooling na
malamig,
yan sa
pre.
Pilipinas.
Parehas malamig. Parehas bagyo.
Global cooling na dyan.
Oo,
global
pre.
cooling.
Ano na to eh? Antarctica na.
So, all right. So, to get things started, Vic, last season we missed out on after a Final Four performance and lost in 2 games to UP. Going to the season, there's optimism. We won the D League. How disappointed were you with that Final Four, with us missing the Final Four once again, with Manong at the helm?
Sige, I'll go first on that one. Sa intro kayo na, 'di ba? Sabi niyo roller coaster, no? Sa akin talaga hindi ko pa rin malagyan hanggang ngayon ng adjective eh. Hindi ko talaga ma-describe kasi what made it painful and disappointing for me was yung second round we beat the Final Four contenders no. Tapos for some reason, you can't beat UE, pare. Alam mo yun? Parang,
The
ang
inconsistency,
hindi mo,
diba?
pati, alam mo, when we beat NU, we beat UP, pwede, di ba? Yun yung ano eh, pwede. Legit to,
Beat
legit,
Ateneo.
pwede.
Yeah.
We can,
Beat
we
Ateneo.
can, we can, we can make a run. Sabi kong gano'n eh. Tapos biglang, UE talo ka na. We got swept by you. In those 2 seasons, we went 1-3 against UE, ha?
Ganon?
Season 84, split yun eh. I think we lost in the first round nga ba or second round. Basta meron tayong, hindi pala. We both,
Sweep.
Sweep pala yun, sweep. We beat UE nung 84, but the second round, yun yung nag-overtime. We needed an overtime to beat them. And then this season, grabe, naging 0-2 tayo, di ba? Parang, ang hirap ma-comprehend na we
Okay.
are in the thick of the fight, and then we just can't beat the teams that we were supposed to beat. Yun siya.
Okay. Going to you, Lee, why do you think what's the biggest struggle watching all those games this past season where sana like inconsistent tayo? We beat the big teams, lose to the smaller teams, same old mistakes, learn to, giving late leads. What do you think was the reason for that?
Ako naman talaga to add on to kung ano sinabi ni Vicky, kung ano yung feeling na nalo pa tayo. Siguro, I can confidently say I can speak for the general fans. No? It encompasses so well with this quote. Yung, my expectations were, but holy fuck, what happened? Okay pa nga sa first round natalo natin Ateneo, kaso problema masyado nilang sineryoso yung matalo lang sa Ateneo. Paano
Oo
yun?
nga, wag lang sa iba.
Matalo na sa lahat, wag lang sa Ateneo, masyado namang sineryoso ng team natin eh.
Ayun na nga
Tuloy,
nangyari.
sa lahat tuloy.
Ayun na nga nangyari.
Talo sa lahat.
Ayun, pero going to your question, Tico, I think na it's a lot of things then, but I guess it's also a lot of the things that we usually see that na typical Lasal, no, that we know. Of course, nandiyan yung mga free throws. And then ano pa ba? Siguro there were a lot of reasons then team dynamics wise, no. Of course, sinasabi na one of our best players wasn't even playing. We had key pieces missing, which forced yung changes sa rotation natin, and then players that we expect to step up or to pick up the slack hindi masyadong perform. But I guess personally, I think it also has to do with the other schools, the other teams also really lifting yung game nila, improving, whereas tayo talaga, we were in the past few seasons, we were really in flux, no? Maraming changes, annual changes pa ulit-ulit na lang. But yeah, I guess from a normal fan's perspective, ito yung mga nagiging observations ko.
Vic and Willie, it's been, I think, 2 months since the season ended, and now the dust has settled. And what do you guys think? Like, were we really meant to be a favorite, or what would you say would be how a summary of the entire season, knowing what you know now, 2 months after it all finished?
Ako, for me, I think we can go back to yung preseason quote ni Evan Nelly, na yung sinabi niyang he believes that Lasal is the best team in the UAAP and really we are a finals contender. Ako personally, on paper talaga, and even during the preseason, we really looked like that team. Talagang we won, anong preseason tournament yun? In D-League, we nag-champion tayo sa D-League. So it really looked like our team was getting itself out of the rut and really performing as a champion team. Pero Ikaw, Vic. Ano masabi mo?
Ang personal ano ko is after falling short of making it to the finals nung 84, ang personal ano ko talaga is dapat umabot ng finals. Kasi I think we have the materials in the roster to do it. And yun nga, 'di ba? I mean, tawag dito, nakita naman natin eh yung mga contenders, we can beat them eh. So, yun, sa akin personally, ano naman talaga, ang ang aking expectation was to reach the finals and then take it from.
We did not take it from there.
It was
Now,
taken from us. Eh, no?
It
Oh,
was
pati
taken
ano
from
nga, eh,
us
'di ba?
there.
Yung kay Evan, 'di ba? Evan took a lot of flack for that. Pero sa akin is that, what do you expect Evan to say, 'di ba?
Oh,
Parang
ano ba
Oh,
gusto mong
ano,
sabihin niya? Sabihin na, wala
di
tayong
kami
kwenta.
di kami aabot ng Final Four after you finish third ng season 84, sabihin mo sa interview na, hindi kami aabot ng Final Four, mahina kami. I mean, hindi, walang bobolahin na basketball fan na sumusubaybay ng college basketball na Lasal won't be featuring in the Final Four with that kind of a lineup, di ba? So parang kahit
oh.
bullshit si Evan na hindi, di kami abot ng Final Four, mahina kami. Wala naman din maniniwala eh. I don't think merong maniniwala with that kind of talent that we have in our roster for pa to season 85.
I guess throws it off, right? Like, and I think moving into the next topic also is that the key change here after the last season was the coach, right? Like, we've spoken about how we had the right talent, how we could really theoretically go all the way, but one thing changed, and it was the change in coach. And I guess that segues us to the next topic. Was Topex the right choice to lead LaSalle back to its quote unquote?
Oo.
Or actually, yeah, and to preface that, Gio, maybe this bad counter winning. Do you think um Manong Derek Tomares given so much to Lasal, given the championships when we first entered the UAAP, now bringing him back to the helm, lead this team, and the things going all this way, falling short of loaded talent, was replacing Manong with Topes the right choice for the Lasal program?
I think I think before going to like what the guys think about this was that I tweeted something a few months back where I said that yeah, Manong has given us a lot. He's given us a championship in the past, obviously, but I think that era's over, right? Like, even coaches like very few coaches can really adapt over changing times, right? And I think Tim Cole's one of those guys who can do that and really like elevate. But that's few and far in between. And I think right now it's a good time to also bring in some new blood into this.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the thing with go ahead, Vic.
Yun nga.
Conspiracy.
Kasi yun din, bringing a youthful, yung coach with youthful insights and can touch base with the players, yung age group ng players mo. I think at this day and age, important talaga siya. Where personally sa experience sa women's, parang gone were the days na ang coach is X's and O's lang talaga yung pakialam niya, and then after that, we're done. Ano na kailangan as much as possible you can reach to your players. Kasi, how will I say this? Parang you need to have that personal touch then to make your players na magpapakamatay sila para sa'yo sa loob ng court. Parang ganun eh.
Yung tipong buying into your system.
Yeah, ano siya eh. Yun yung ano dun eh.
Nagipagbasagan ng mukha.
And I mean they will fight for you because they buy into your system, they believe in what you do. That's why pagkapunta nila ng gera, the players will really give their 110%. Whoever is inside the court playing. So yun, so para sa akin okay din naman ang pick up kay Coach Topex given his track record of being a player's coach, na he can go beyond yung X's and O's, na he can touch the personality ng mga players nga. Kasi I think because that's at this day and age yun yung trend eh. So pati yung mga, if you can see the other teams din, 'di ba? Puro batang coaches na rin yung meron sila eh. So it's really yun yung yun yung pinaka-important thing apart from what you have X's and O's eh. Yung intangible parts of managing a team to make them a
Yeah. To give another
one full cohesive unit.
perspective here, I really, well, yes, I do like Topex as a hire. Well, I guess in terms of local coaches, college coaches, he's up there in the selection choices. But when they first, I don't hear you guys talking. When the first day Manong was leaving, I think, yeah, maybe it's about time given how we performed the last season and the way we lost games. I guess it was really time for a change there, given the talent that we had. Is we've seen the UAP. There's been a technology transfer of sorts. Admit or not, Tab. We hate to say it, has really raised the game. The UAP, right? At the college level.
Oo
Hirap eh.
naman,
Oo.
sobra,
Diba?
sobra,
Eh,
sobra.
diba?
Yeah.
World Cup semifinalist coach brings here,
Yeah.
brings
Mm,
news a ton above the
oo.
rest. So I was really thinking that the first objective, if I was in the head of the program, was really we have to match a technology transfer. I was hoping that we'd bring in a foreign coach, and I guess, yeah, you're right, Vic. Man management is a point, and X's and O's can be it's all man management, but I believe X's and O's are also important. Bring that new style of play into a team. So I guess as a Lasalle program, it's not much to ask for both, right? And maybe if there's a perfect candidate out there, I'm not sure if they tried, but I was hoping for an international coach to come in, see that's the template that other teams have used
Eh, kaya lang,
in the
international
UAP.
coach, mahal eh.
Ayun.
Oo naman, actually given naman talaga yan.
Kaya
Ano naman eh,
Brocha, nag-Robinson tayo.
I don't think there's an international coach that will come in cheap naman talaga. Given siya,
Kaya
given.
Brocha,
Ewan ko.
Robinson tayo, di ba? Local lang.
International
Robinson,
sounding pa rin naman eh.
Yung kinuha.
Mga parang Jason
Oo,
Williams lang yan eh.
Yeah, but
Oo.
yeah.
Alam mo,
Jason Caro William. Tsaka Paul Dalisan.
Pero alam mo sa akin, more
Yeah.
than that,
I agree.
kailangan natin ng culture builder eh.
Agree
And I
ako
think
dyan.
that's where it comes
Agree
in.
ako dyan.
With
Yeah.
his,
Agree.
with his
Oh,
expertise.
lalo na eh, kasi parang itong past 2 seasons, tinitingnan ko lang si Navik, naiingit ako sa kung ano meron sila eh. Sabi ko, okay to ah.
Ah,
Kulang sa atin to ah.
For context, si Vic helped out as assistant coach with the women's. Kaya when he said he has experiences sa women's, team college basketball team yun. Hindi yun experience sa women's.
PG-13 tayo. PG-13 context ah.
Just to be clear, guys.
Nagis kayo.
Just to be clear.
tawag dito. Yung sa mga viewers natin, listeners, ano man tawag yun, mga fans, manood din kayo ng women's basketball pag may chance kayo. Kung sa may mga magaganda naman sa team, maganda rin silang panoorin maglaro.
Sorry to interrupt. Bro. Regarding that, sana i-adapt din ng basketball yung scheduling ng volleyball. Kasi 'di ba ngayon, if you'll take a look at the scheduling ng volleyball, men's, women's, men's.
Oo,
'Di ba?
same
So
time slot eh, no?
maybe something like that. Parang yung nangyari sa Inares, end of first round natin, yung Adamson Lasalle and I think the FEU, basta the other 2 games ahead of us, 'di ba? Women's, men's, women's. So at least if you alam mo 'yon, if you at yung pwedeng manood, if you are, for example nga sa atin, yung pwedeng manood ng men's, manood ng women's, or vice versa if we are on the upper end of the schedule. I think it will help then na may makanood ng makanood ng women's basketball. Although I think yung Final Four naman din in finals, it was a good sized crowd pa rin naman kahit papaano.
Okay. Yeah, so stay tuned. Last we'll be talking about the women's team more in detail, the memorable season with Coach Chola at the helm, reaching finals. But yeah, given that given that the women's program really had some stability, it's one of the things you see with Coach Chola all these years. Looking at the men's team, we've nearly had we've had a new men's coach nearly every year for the past few years. Is that
Correct.
saying something? There's something wrong with the program?
Going back to the topic of we change coaches, I think every year. I think I think kaakibat na siya nung ano na hindi tayo sanay matalo, na laging must win ba. Ano
Oh, parang Lasal talaga. We
kaya
are a
lang
very
yun
impatient
nga ang
community.
problem is yun nga nagiging impatient din talaga na alam mo yun na you can't really build on something if you're changing every year, every 2 years. Wala kang mabubuo kasi wala kang choice sa college but to really build on something. Kahit anong talent nung team mo, magi-start ka talaga from building it wherever may starting point talaga eh. So yun siya. Medyo ano rin, yung attitude siguro or yung mantra na we got used to winning and then all of a sudden, oh, it's not working. Let's change the coach. Kasi coach ang pinakamadaling palitan diyan eh. Let's face it. Hindi naman pwedeng may player. Ay hindi ka na namin kukunin next year. Palit ulit kunyari 16 players. Ay, hindi siya nag-work. So next season 16 na bagong players ulit. It doesn't work that way. So ang coach talaga yung pinakamadaling scapegoat for if it won't work or if it failed, madaling sisihin talaga ang coach for that one.
Parang
I
the last
think
time talaga na everything went together was yung first year ni Aldin no? Everything went together nun. We had the team ready. Tapos kahit bagong coach, nag-fit in talaga yung yung style,
Correct,
everything.
correct.
Kaya siguro dyan din nanggagaling yung kung kaya naman natin palitan bakit nagawa ni Ayo? Ewan ko
Hindi
lang.
kasi ano din
Nakikita ko lang sa iba.
you have a
Okay,
ano ka na
siguro,
rin nun
2 weeks lang.
meron ka ng meron ka ng materials eh.
Oo, nandiyan na yung mga
Kay
pyesa mo
Coach Aldi andyan yung pyesa mo. Talagang maganda yung you have Jeron na sobrang veteran na and then you have Ben Nakalimaw.
Oh, may Ben na. Oo.
Yun na yun eh. That's it eh. Kay Coach Juno naman, I think it worked kasi he was there na rin eh. He's one of the assistants na rin at that time eh. So nung pinahawak sa kanya, alam mo yun, andun na eh. So
Familiar
oo
na.
eh, meron na ring sense of familiarity in a way. Kaya I think he was able to pull it off na first year head coach to win. I mean first year head coach and then you
But that's Vic, you gave a good point. Na ideally, college program they should get a cycle, right? 4 or 5 year cycle of players to build their program, but it doesn't make the coach. There are still I think it's when I say it's how the program should be made. Every year there should be goals, a progression. You know how they do them. Goals for the first year, goals for the second year, and see how you progress towards that goals. I think the only reason
yes,
the
correct.
coach does
Correct.
not
Kasi ano
should
rin
not be
naman eh.
it shouldn't be a blanket 5 years
Para
contract. Bahala ka dyan. There should be
correct,
growth,
correct,
and that's
correct.
when if you
Tama.
don't meet those goals, that's when you should leave. I think that's how I see it.
Correct, correct.
Yeah. How
Correct.
about you,
Kasi
Gio?
parang ano
How do
naman
you see
yan
the
eh.
whole?
yeah, no,
Go ahead.
I agree with you guys, but I'd like to layer something on the top of that, and that's like some sort of a rallying cry. Like if you talk about our women's team, there's Ani Mohana, right? But if you talk about how Ateneo has their Blue Eagles band of brothers and yung sa UP, yung atin to, like as cheesy as that may sound, like that seems to be like something that is getting people together, eh? And that's something our men's team hasn't had, and that's something our women's team has had. And that seems to be something I would say a part of that winning culture, or that culture of just trying to help each other out.
Last year, towards end of the season, kasi nagsimula pa sa
Ano?
gitna Manong out.
Ano?
Naging rallying cry.
Si Raul. Si Raul.
Manong up.
Pero yun nga, tawag dito, going back sa sinabi ni Kiko kanina. Yeah, kumbaga may leeway din naman talaga dapat, pero kumbaga dapat you need to see progressions then every year, 'di ba? Hindi naman pwedeng sige, bigyan ka namin 5 years and then doon ka lang sa fifth year may magandang performance, 'di ba? Ano din kaya kumbaga every year kailangan ka i-measure din talaga against, kumbaga meron kang goals dapat every year on your dun sa 5 year na
Goal
This is yeah.
natin.
No, I think this is a good segue on this entire goals and culture conversation to some of the videos Coach Topex has been releasing to the public lately.
Yep.
So,
Tama.
So what do you guys feel? What do you guys think about that, or how do you feel about those videos?
Ako okay lang.
Sige, Vicky, ikaw muna.
Sa akin okay lang kasi wala namang
Seniority,
I don't see
seniority si
any
Vic mo na mas matanda.
Hindi, sige, okay lang. I don't see any sensitive information naman doon sa pinapakita niya sa video. So pati before we hired Topex, I think he is already doing yung mga motivational speaking, tama ba? Tawag dito, correct me if I'm wrong na lang doon sa
Yeah,
term.
Anong
Diba?
pangalan na rin,
Even before we hired him, nagtotalk na rin naman talaga siya. So even for corporate, siguro baka nga ang naiisip ko, baka pag meron siyang corporate gigs for that, he's doing that na rin So parang inaano lang niya, tina-translate lang din niya right now with this job sa atin. So ako okay naman, wala namang problema. At least who knows, it may inspire other organizations din, hindi lang sports teams, 'di ba? So
and it
okay
might
lang.
inspire other recruits.
Pwede
Ganito
naman.
pala sa Lasal. Ganito pala yung coach dyan. Alis na tayo ng UE, lipat tayo Lasal. Ganun.
Lawa lang dyan.
And I guess
Ako,
it shows
spirit na yun.
it shows rin, in the age of, diba, sports documentaries,
Social media
Try to Survive,
Oo
All or
kumbaga,
Nothing.
'di ba? Andyan
I think
na talaga correct.
I really feel that.
Yes.
Sorry, really. Okay. I really feel that in terms of that there was a bit of drifting apart between the community and the team, diba? With the pandemic, we missed games. Yun, very divisive in past season. I think this is the one way we can help bring the team back together. Bring them closer to the team. Of course, results have to go away, diba, to support that down the road. You can't do this and not be successful. But I think it's a good opportunity to showcase the program to the community, to pressure recruits, like Brocha said. All right, go ahead, Gabby. Sorry.
Yun din naman exactly what I wanted to say. Personally, from my perspective, okay lang din ako. Siguro you could argue the case na ngayon medyo parang napapadalas na. Pero I think that's still okay kasi it's really him getting the word out, Part of Lasal din, getting the word out na it seems that this will be a long-term program na sana talaga. A long-term program of development and yung culture change talaga. And of course, part of having something new is to get the word out. So talagang in your face na talaga. Well, hindi naman. But so far we've been seeing and hearing good things, no? And again, it inspires confidence in the community and also in potential recruits. May lipat ba dyan? Insider naman. Ayun, okay pa naman.
I think to add to that, right, like it also adds like that layer of accountability because he's saying things, he's putting it out in public, and if he doesn't follow through, then parang he's making a promise to us, to the community, and it's not about winning, it's about building a culture, and I think that's obviously like good for everyone involved.
And it will translate.
But I just want to see for his next video, our players for 1 hour, could be a 1 hour video just make their free throws. We've had so many coaches. Di pa rin nasasabihan. I don't know. kung may
Shooting
mali sa
drill lang
court.
yun, shooting
Hindi
drill. Shooting
hindi
drill.
na
Siguro yung iba nga nagtatanong, "Uy, baka may makitang ganitong player, may makitang ganon sa video." Parang sa akin kasi at this day and age, sa I mean amongst the schools, sabihin nating UAAP and NCAA, wala ka naman ng maitatago kung asaan
parang
yung player
mahirap
na
yan.
ganito eh.
Mahirap na
Wala,
masabi.
to be honest,
Correct,
to be
correct.
honest,
Oo.
wala talaga. Kaya kahit hindi malaman ng kahit yung tao malaman yan, parang yung mga kalaban mong schools, alam na namin na nandiyan yung player na yan eh, 'di ba? Parang
Kumbaga, ano yun, within the schools, naging open secret na lang yan.
oo eh, alam na ng mga kalaban mo kung nasaan si ganyang player, si ganitong player eh. Kaya kung
Hindi,
I mean
actually hindi rin.
if you really kung makita sa
Kung yun
video,
yung concern nila.
si ano pala nandiyan na, hindi okay, 'di ba?
Kasi alam mo naman,
Kasi
yan, may iba dyan, kinukuha ng ibang school, ganon, na ano.
hindi, pero yun nga, kasi hindi kasi halimbawa may makita, uy, si ano pala, andyan na sa, I saw it sa video ni Topex, andyan na pala yung player na yan. So parang sa akin, so what? I mean, wala, kung sa
Gets
ibang,
ko yan.
Oo.
Yan
yung,
ang gaya
yung,
nung nakita mo sa Instagram story, uy, si ano, nandun sa school na ganito. Yan.
So, it's not like nagbigay tayo ng 1.5 million reasons to transfer.
no, I mean,
Oo.
wala talagang ganun, di ba? Parang, sige, okay lang, andyan na siya eh. Parang, I mean, hindi naman yan automatically will change the game drastically. So, kumbaga, kailangan nyo pa rin maglaro sa loob ng court eh. So, di ba? Wala namang ano doon na, I mean, para sa akin, walang tabu on that na if they see players na, si player na ganito, nandyan na pala. Pati, I think, ano naman yun siguro, may,
That's for sure naman, may clear
bago,
na yan to be shared.
yes, bago ilabas
Oo.
yan ni Coach Topex, malamang
Malamang
tinitignan naman
pinadala
nila
yan sa
yan.
manager.
Para
Diba?
makapagdala ka ng camera dun sa taas, may clearance din dapat yan. So, I
Yes.
think naman meron.
Oo. The mere
Yep.
fact na nag-record.
Correct.
Di ba? Hindi
Correct,
naman
correct.
cellphone video yan.
Di naman siya,
Yung team naman nila,
di naman siya
tayo eh.
hindi naman siya mukhang scandal
Okay.
no? Mag-inap.
Ano yung uso sa
Alright.
iPhone? Yung 0.5 ba yun?
Back
So
to you,
I think
Kiko.
with that, before this segment go anywhere, cellphone video
Parang inuman na to eh.
it never ends well. It never ends well. So I thank you, Vic, Willie, for your insights on the basketball. I'm sure we'll be talking about this further as we go into the Phil Oil, the summer leagues, leading up to the next UAP season.
Malapit na.
Ngayon pa, alam ko merong
My pleasure.
tune up may matinding tune up soon.
Sino kalaban? Si Bay Area?
Hindi. Hindi, sa mga kabahay natin sa top.
I think hindi lang yata kapitbahay sa
Saint-
top.
Saints ko ba yan? Saints ko.
Sorry.
Hindi.
Alright.
Yung Saint Mary of the Woods.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Willie. Thanks, Vic. All right. See you
Salamat.
My
next time. Thank you.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Salamat.
All right, so that concludes our basketball segment for now. And obviously, like if we hear more news about on the basketball side, we'll also spend some time over the next episode talking about it. Now, let's go through our preview for football, and we'd like to invite Pam and Brian, and of course with Lorenzo back here so that we can discuss football this coming season.
So these guys follow the football, the men's and women's teams, even the juniors teams at different capacities. They're also regular at the game, so they really are in depth in what's going around those football programs. Yeah. So welcome, guys. Welcome back, Lorenzo.
Hello.
Brian, Pam.
Hello.
First time.
time
Wow,
to be
first
here.
time.
First time to be here. Grabe naman yung in-depth. Baka si Lorenzo at Brian lang in-depth. Ako kasi sa chismis lang ako.
Ayan ang masaya.
Okay, so to set the stages, let's first talk about the men's team. The men's team has not won a UAP final since 1997. The
Yeah,
late
around that.
90s, right? Right. So
99.
what's the yeah, it's in 1999. Sabi ni producer, since 1999. What is so what's the latest happening? Where are we going towards achieving that goal and bring back the crown back?
I think with the latest developments, Pam can step in. But from where we last left off, it was back in season 82. We had a decent start to the campaign. We drew 1-1 with FEU. The first goal was a goalkeeping error. Rookie pa lang eh. And then then our goal, I think, if I remember correctly, our captain then Jed Jamante converted it. And then the second game, we won 2-0 against Adamson. Two second half goals. And then after that, the world turned dark, to say the least. But yeah, hopefully, I think 82 was really a chance to finally win it because coming from 81, anticlimactic but young team, we lost to Ateneo. We scored first and then had two more chances with Segawat and Jed. Unfortunately, they weren't able to convert, and which allowed Ateneo to get the opening and win it at extra time. So there, I think we have a strong pool. Uh, Lots of new faces. I don't think there's a final lineup yet, but I'm pretty sure that I think our captain for this year, Jovan Marfiga, he's gonna be leading the team and giving everything to, for so that this batch can finally win our first championship since 1998. It's been far too long.
So Pam and Brian, how was the outlook for the team this year? There's a big turnover of players as well as Lorenzo said. Some key pieces still remaining. What's the outlook for this year?
So I think I have to mention first season 81. I remember saying it this to Brian and Lorenzo. This is the one that got away. But then this season 81 will have a huge part for this coming season. Knowing that yung rookies kasi nung season 81, which was part of the core that time, will be the source na this time. So like what Lorenzo mentioned, si Jovan will be the captain. And but then that time, season 81, he was still a rookie that time. So may factor talaga yung pieces na yun. And now, I watched them for like one or two Liga games. They were actually champions. And I watched a friendly. And the difference, I think, is yung pagiging vocal nila. So that's one thing. Vocal nila. And then another comment that I got was yung sa positions, they can play multiple positions. Actually, this goes for both teams. So, yes, there's a lot of mix of rookies and seniors. Actually, parang same yung setup. Season 81 was a mix of rookies and seniors then that time. Yung core, I mean, like the first 11 or yung ipapalit mo agad doon. Same siya rin this time. As in part, ganun din yung hati. Like, sobrang hati yung rookies and then the seniors. So, that's one thing. And what Jovan told me is they're ready na makuha na siya talaga this time around.
Ako, I
So
haven't
that's
been
I think.
able to watch some games. Unfortunately, kasi umalis ako. But then when I came back, I heard yun nga ang Liga champion. So that's a good springboard to go into the UAAP campaign. In years past, pag maganda yung preseason performances ng team, usually nagki-carry over yun that translate into strong seasons. Unfortunately, walang trophies. But I don't think the competition right now is, what do you call this? Is that strong kasi you don't know what to expect from the other teams. And even the preseason, they might be rotating. Even us, we could be also just experimenting with a few of the lineups. But maganda yung cohesion na Pam is saying now na I guess they know each other, they're prepared, and they're going to use the disappointments of the previous full campaign, to motivate themselves to win this. Kasi nga, ang tagal na talaga. I think 4 years old pa lang ata ako or 5 years old nung nag-champion. I'm approaching 30
Okay,
na, so
wala namang ganyan
should
sa age.
should
Okay lang yan. So Pam, All right, thanks for the recapping the bench. I'm sure we'll be following the progress. Yung rookie, do they still shave the heads of the rookies?
Yes, that's
Diba
why I
may
don't
tradition
know
yung
all
men's
of.
team for the rookies. They still,
It's still the tradition. I think, yeah. I still don't know
yung,
everyone.
yung,
Actually, medyo
yung,
hirap
Si,
ako doon.
yung question,
si
yung
Vic
question ko doon,
rookie siya.
Pam, yung question ko doon, Pam, is yung ulo lang ba sinashave or full body yun pag rookie?
Wow, grabe sa akin agad tinanong, diba?
Yan ang mga
Grabe
in-depth
siya.
reporting. Sige, assignment mo yan, Pam. Alright.
Sige,
So,
sorry. But then,
looking
sorry,
now,
just to add pala, sorry, just to add, they actually also have, I forgot to mention about the Bacolod camp. They had a Bacolod camp
Ah,
din pala.
yes.
So, I mean, yun yung parang naging bonding or parang team building na rin ng team. So, I think like what Brian said, medyo, I mean, the difference of UAAP football coming to this season is all teams technically, they don't know the style of play each and every opponent. Kasi ang sumali lang sa ang liga ay FEU, Ateneo, and Lasalle. So, I mean, yung iba, I mean, lahat, everyone is, ano talaga, new. I don't know then actually kung sino yung mga natira na core players other schools. So, I mean, yun yung maganda dito. I don't wanna say the term open, open season ito.
Open
I don't,
season.
I don't want to use the term na ginamit na before, but yun yung maganda dito kasi nga all teams talaga is definitely will
and
going to fight for it.
I,
Pero yun nga.
I guess the Bacolod camp was
And
crucial given diba, so many no games over the past 2 years diba, to get them back in game shape, get cohesion. Diba? I think that was
yeah,
crucial for that camp.
I agree na
Yeah.
useful yung camp. I agree din na useful.
All right.
Get
So looking
games
now
into
on
their legs.
looking now into the women's side, things have been big for not just Lasalle football, women's football in general in the Philippines. The women's team qualified for the Women's World Cup coming this year. We've had players on that team, so thank you, Lasalle. You're welcome. What's the outlook for the women's team? Are they still a force to be reckoned with this coming season?
So those players were specifically the two Castañeda sisters, Anika and Sarah, and then Tara Shelton. And then, although she was injured, she was in the pool for the glorious AFF Women's Championship run here last year. It was Shaidel Campo who was one of the goal scorers, and I think she was the MVP or at least top scorer of our season 81 championship run. I think by now, if only there was no pandemic, we'd have a 5 feet. But anyway, that's water under the bridge. So yeah, I'm not really sure. Maybe Pam can expound if Tara Shelton will play this season because I know Anika Castañeda signed with an Australian team. Sarah, I think, has moved on to something away from football, and let's be happy for her for that. And I think Shaidel Campo will play this season. So yeah, I think we still have. I think same as last time, mix of rookies and vets. And but yeah, I think we have a good number of veterans. One other veteran who was part of the national team, but in the qualification phase before the Asian Cup was Maye Mendanyo, and I think she's in the lineup. So there, I think a strong contender for our crown would be FEU under Coach Let. They're the ones whom we faced the last time in the 81 finals. Our women's team did not play a game, unfortunately, in 82 because during that only match day for women's football, they were the team on break. So I'm pretty sure they're raring to go to get the forfeit this
So medyo opposite yung situation ng women's sa men's, I think, because they didn't really feature in a proper preseason tournament. They weren't allowed to join, if I'm correct. Paki-correct na lang kung mali. yung sa PFF Cup. But then they also had their camp in Bacolod together with the men's team, and I think we can build on would how would they bond from that trip kasi yun nga parang we have quality I think in our stable. It's just a matter of translating it to get the results. Kasi we have a good core. The most of the players na were supposed to defend the title before are still here, and they also have a good coaching staff around to support. So parang I think that's one of the reasons we can hold our hold our court for at least another.
Right. I guess to really I will be following the women's team's progress throughout the season. Pam, what I actually following the team for so many years to end this segment. Our women's team has continually been top of the UAAP, has been and producing players for the national teams, some of the best players in the country. What's the reason for the success of the program? What do you think is the secret recipe that they have?
Wow. Grabe yung question naman na napatapat sa akin dun. But then, yeah, I've been covering this
Siyempre.
team for I've been covering this team for a decade already. Actually,
More
lampas
than
na.
na yata eh.
More. Yes, Brian lang.
Since pinound ni Lasalle yung football team, si Pam na nag-cover dyan.
Parang
Di ba
Grabe.
tita ate
Grabe.
natawag ka sa'yo?
Grabe.
Anyway,
Tatahan
Pam,
niyo, guys.
go ahead.
So yun, I think seriously because I think yun nga, the winning culture. I think after when I started covering them, they're like on the top 1, 2. That's their positions until all of a sudden they went really down as in the last team. After last team, then after that they went a year by year going to be on top again. And since nakuha nila yung nasa taas na sila, on top na sila, number 1, champions again, this time, they're really serious or like trying their best na i-maintain yun about the winning culture. And just recently, sabi nga ng former captain ni Kyra, during one of the talks nung isang preseason was simple. Yung current team right now, you're already part of this winning tradition, of this winning culture. Whether you were part of the champion team of the three-pit or not, but then you are already part. So you don't have, parang wag mong bitawan yon. Kailangan nyo lang ituloy siya. So I guess it's yun nga, mentality lang nila na they have to stay on top. They have to win it. So I guess that's they're trying to defend it.
by the way,
That's
pwede ba
great
natin
insight,
i-shout
Pam.
out si
Yeah.
Pwede ba natin i-shout out si Ina for getting that visa sponsorship? Diba?
Segue.
Ina
Hindi,
Palacios.
actually,
So, yeah.
hindi nabanggit ni Lorenzo kanina. Parang nabanggit ni Lorenzo lahat, no? Halos lahat nung kasama sa Pilipinas na mag-World Cup. Si Ina yung hindi nabanggit ni
Pero kasi
Lorenzo.
So,
parang sure na yata kasi hindi na babalik si Ina.
Sure naman talaga na
Yeah.
hindi na babalik si Ina.
yeah. So for
But
everyone,
yeah,
Ina Palacios,
shout out.
Ina was a
Four-time best
Ina was our
goalkeeper awardee.
goalkeeper for Lasalle and part of the
Oh.
national team pool, and she got a visa sponsorship. So yeah, Asenso. Yeah. So
Free
all right.
flights
So
daw
thanks,
eh.
guys. Diba,
Ina,
makibook ka na
thank
sa
you.
kanya, Lorenzo.
Oh.
All right. So
using the visa card.
Oh.
yeah. So Pam, Lorenzo, Brian, thank you for your insights. So that brings us into the football segment. We'll get back to you once the season gets rolling, to see if we can update our men's and women's teams. All right. Thanks, guys. Strawberry shortcake segment. Given na malapit na yung Valentine's, or could be here when you're listening, we're gonna ask the entire team with us, the entire Quiver podcast team, who is the team or player in LaSalle sports that they love to hate the most? Yeah, who do they love to hate the most? Okay, let's start off with Gio here. Who is the in LaSalle sports? Who is the person they love to hate the most?
It's a good question, and honestly, I don't have a good answer, but I think for me, it might have been the Ravenna brothers, mainly because Lasallista sila. And I've kind of wished that they stayed with us. So it's probably them. It's probably them. Parang sila yung the ones that got away from me. And I think a good second place there would be si Mai, who actually played for us and then left.
So, si Gio better against Valentine's. Iniwan tayo. All right. Let's call in Vic. Who do you love to hate the most? The South Sport.
UP. But not because of the team itself, but because of the fans. Kasi, asan kayo nung puro kayo 0-14?
Sa cheer
Tas
dance sila, Vic. They were there.
Tapos ngayon,
Nasa halftime sila. Nasa
go
halftime.
UP, go UP. Lakas kami, go UP. Di ba? Parang, what the hell? Wala lang. I mean, tapos for a time, we went on a losing streak sa kanila. So, ayun lang. So, sabi ko medyo gaganahan ka gaganahan ka facing them. So, yun.
Alright, thanks Vic. Yeah. I missed the days na sa halftime na sila cheer dance lang sila. Okay.
Yeah.
Next. Willie, who do you love to hate the most?
UP puta. Bad trip sila. Bad trip din yung fans sila, gago. Hindi, ako naman may valid reason ako eh. Kasi yan, sa mga nakakaalam, medyo malapit kasi ako malapit ako nakatira sa area ako. So, actually, call out ko na rin, sabay na rin natin, Ateneo at UP. Kasi puta, kahit sino manalo sa kanila, lakas ng hangin dito sa amin eh.
Safety hazard ba?
Safety hazard talaga. Pero more than Ateneo, UP talaga ngayon. Puta talaga. Hindi ko ma-stand mga fans nila. Tama si Vic. Nasaan sila nung 0-14? Taina. Tapos akala mo kung sino umasta.
Para silang
naka-champion lang ng isang
para
beses.
Para silang yung UST ng Boys of Blood.
Oo. Oo nga. Daig pa ng single championship yung multiple championship teams eh. Yun lang. Fuck you, UP.
Alright. Thank you, Willie. Okay, Pam. Who do you love to hate the most? Mahaba listahan ito ni Pam. Alam ko to.
Ay, grabe. Hindi, actually, susundan ko rin sila UP din. I mean, like, in terms of football, medyo mabigat din ata yung pakiramdam ko sa UP sa football. Eh. So, and then mas parang lumala nga sa basketball. It's actually not the players or the team. It's really more on the fans. Parang,
so,
I mean, gets ko sa football, magigets ko, but since sa basketball, no way.
So, what's the difference, Pam, between the Ateneo fans and the UP fans?
Yung difference, mas wild yung UP, mas negative yung pagka-wild, I guess. Paano ba yung tamang wordings doon?
First time.
Parang ganun eh. Ganun yung So, I mean, this is first time in terms of basketball. But in terms of football, I guess kasi pareho silang, lalo na sa men's side, pareho silang may winning culture. So, sila yung nagtalo.
Okay.
Pero, magkasabay silang mahangin, pero mas iba yung pagkawari ng UP. Pero may kind of karapatan kasi. So, yun lang.
Alright, thanks, Sam. How about you, Lorenzo?
Ako, I love to hate him because I wish he went to us. Ryan Buenafe.
Buenafe. That's a good answer.
I wish we got him because during that era, it was still under Coach Franz. And then it was after Coach Franz, it was Coach Dindo with Coach Derek at the back. You know, he fit the typical Pumaren player who'd be good at the wings and then would have the license to attack the rim or take some threes. You know, there'd be plays for him, staggered screen set up for him. And, you know, I wish we got him because he killed us so many times. And yeah, up to now, I wish he was one of the guys but
I'm surprised you didn't say the antics. Yeah, but yeah, good answer there.
Kasama
Okay.
na yun.
How about you, Brian?
Ibahin ko yung sagot ko kasi nag-agree din ako na medyo yung UP emergence this year I mean in previous years parang it gets too much. So love to hate, diba? Hindi ko sila love to hate parang natural siya. For me, since I was covering a lot ng college, I would love to hate UST as a school mismo in itself. Kasi lagi silang nandun. I mean, di ba, the UST and Lasalle yung head-to-head usually sa general championships. So, kahit anong sport, parang you always want to finish above them kasi you want to win the general championship. So, sila yung parang, school na you don't want to win or you don't want to be in front of you. Alam ko nandiyan yung traditional rivalry with Ateneo, pero usually sa basketball and volleyball and football lang siya nag-exist. Baseball din pala in a way. But in other sports, parang lamang talaga tayo sa kanila. It's UST na parang gusto ko ma-knock off sa perch nila.
Yeah.
And then, may satisfying feeling din na parang makalaban mo yung UST tapos walang kwenta yung Go Ostechan. Parang pinaplay nung YJ nila pero walang dating. Kasi pag meron, nakaka-intimidate siya in a way. So, pag nakalaban mo sila tapos walang, parang lata lang, masaya rin siya minsan for me.
And coming from someone who watched the UAP in the 90s, yeah, hitting you
Yeah, yun
is
din.
special places at heart during the period. All right. Okay, thanks, Brian.
All right, so that's it for our first episode of the Quiver, and we'd like to invite you guys to continue watching and subscribe to our channel, and for all the latest LaSalle news and topics we'd obviously like to talk about. The volleyball season's coming up. The second part of the second half of the UAP season. Football's coming in, and a couple of other sports. So obviously, like we'll be covering those as well. And so thank you for listening, and Animo Lasal.
Hail to the alma